Alright guys, emergency press conference. So as I go about formulating here a response, a YouTube video response to johnanthonylifestyle, who called me out, he doxed me publicly, and my intention is, yes, to go piece by piece through his videos. He's now made 2 videos that attempted to include some details about me, all of which were false. And so, or perhaps not all, let's go through them piece by piece and actually touch on each, everything he said and direct it at, because some of it was directed to me, others were directed to other people, and he didn't do a very good job of parsing that. So I do want to be fair to him and take the videos for what they are and take it seriously, right? So yes, I will be coming up with a response, and that's in the works. That said, emergency press conference, because this guy, John Anthony, he sent me some terrible things this weekend, or last week I should say. And now, it's just coming to my attention, so this is why I cut the video where I was at to go into this instead, because, I cut the response video, and I'm going to put this out first because, yeah, because this is attacking me, because now it's personal, John, now it's personal. I just want it to be clear that I never gave any information to anyone. I've never been in touch with MLD. I didn't know who that person was or about that YouTube channel. I've not been in touch with, well, anybody. I don't know any of these names. Troy Francis, I don't know him. I've never talked to him. I've never been in touch with him. I know he created that compilation or something. And as a matter of fact, Sonny Arvato's in those videos, which anyone who's in the know knows I came after Sonny Arvato. So, doesn't make sense, John. You clearly just have no track of time, but let's not go into all that just yet. I have an emergency press conference to focus on here, and as you can tell, I'm kind of carrying this more relaxed persona, we might say, but yeah, I was triggered in the last video, and yeah, and rightfully so, especially in light of this information. So anyway, I'd received something like 1,400 messages, emails, coming to my phone, coming to my laptop here, just vitriol and hate, and just John's, trolls, and mostly John, I believe, even in burner accounts and things, which he's wont to do. And so, yeah, so I finally came upon emails actually written by him as I was going through. And now, granted, I just want everyone to understand, I focused my attention away from John, because when 1,200 messages, trolls, send messages to you as a coach, as a life coach for men, that's a great opportunity to I don't know, be on their shoulder, be in their ear, be in their corner, right? And maybe, because there's a lot of pain there. If you're a troll, if you're trolling online, there's a lot of pain going on. Get it figured the fuck out, you're being a pussy. So anyway, John sends me this email, and essentially, here's how it goes. I'm gonna show it on the screen now. You guys have already seen it, but he initially sends me an email. It says, "You and your family are getting doxxed." And I'm just going to read this right off my computer here. John Anthony to me, it's rhinoytino@gmail.com, old email. This was April 14th at 11:36 p.m. He said, "Keep feeding MLD nonsense. I'm going to go 100 times over the top on you, punk. Hope you enjoy your face and family's info all over the internet. You have a lawsuit coming your way. Also, I have proof that you fabricated screenshots and tried to fake expose me to CoffeeZilla." That wasn't me, by the way. Now you have fake oh yeah, so by the way, you'll see this on the screen. It's all his, what is he doing? He can't even write. "Now you are fake exposing to dismantle my reputation online." He loves this thing where he does these lower cases, I noticed, whenever he's typing on his phone, and then he writes upper cases on his computer, and we'll see that in a second. Because I know that's something he tried to, when he rebranded, get away from uppercase, the first letter of sentences, which is just talks to the level of, insecurity and just, egotism going on here, narcissism and whatnot, so, and just pathology. This is some serious shit, guys. Take notes on who to stay away from, right? And so anyway, if he finishes it here saying, "I have screenshots and tons of documented evidence. Your life is going to become a living hell." No, it's not. My life is amazing. So then he says, so that was the first email, April 14th. And then on April 15th, he responded to the email thread that he posted in his video, which to me is just like the most moronic thing you could do, because it seems to me that being as he wrote this from his email EP dating coach, his first company, EP Dating, efficient pickup or some shit, I don't fucking know what it is. Anyway, it's a scam, total scam.
If you are interested, email us, epdatingcoach@gmail.com, epdatingcoach@gmail.com,
epdatingcoach@gmail.com.
We'll have a call with you, go over the details, go over the pricing. But this really was built to be a permanent and final solution.
He rebranded from there because of, you know, the allegations, I believe, that are being made on by other guys in the group. I don't fucking know anything about that stuff, guys. I don't have involvement in this community, in this corner of the community, if you want to call it that. So anyway, he sent me an email, and it's in the same thread, which just shows his idiocy, because now, I mean, like, it's not like it's not like it's from a burner, right? And he says, it says, EP Dating Coach to me, this is Thursday, April 15th, 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He says, hey man, I remember your dad had cancer. That's too bad. I have some friends in Philly. I'm going to have them check on him and send their best wishes. I think Bethlehem shouldn't be too big of a hike. This is still the address, right? Then he lists my address, Bethlehem, PA. I obviously, like, you know, censored that. I hope they can get him in better spirits. Your pal, John. I hope his buddies that are coming up here from Philly can get my sick and dying dad in better spirits. Wow. Thanks, John. So, so it's just funny because, like, he says things in his videos, which, you know, I'll talk about when I make a response, which is going to be, like, you know, step by step. I'm going to take you to task, John. Like, you're really screwing yourself here. Just leave it alone, bro. Like, put on a coach's hat. Like, why didn't you just delete the video about me in the first place? Why didn't you just drop this whole thing? Like, you're really a moron. Oh, and by the way, so then the last email he sent me here, legal consequences. Got a lawyer bringing a lawsuit on you, and here you see he's on his computer or whatever. I don't know exactly what it is that's going on in his head or in his life, but to say, you know, I want to make a point just to say here he has capital letters before the sentences. So, you know, just like he had in the EP Dating Coach. Anyway, so got a lawyer bringing a lawsuit on you. You'll be hearing from him soon, Baldy. All your slander to my clients and that you are now saying on the internet has all been documented. I'm gonna let your parents know what you are up to also. This guy's such a loser. Yo, like, so for those of you guys who don't know, I live with my parents right now. Something terrible has happened in my family. My mother's living a double life. She's basically just a complete psychopath herself. Something I came to terms with about 14 months ago while I was vacationing here in the area, intending, believe it or not, to go down to Brazil and Colombia for Carnival, where I intended on maybe perhaps seeing John Anthony. I'm so glad this didn't happen, though, whatever. So, I'm living at home, and what it is I'm doing here is taking care of my father, who is on disability for a brain brain function that he has, brain dysfunction rather, which is called trigeminal neuralgia. I believe that's like a pain issue he has, and then within that pain issue he has, and this is all to do with squamous cell carcinoma, the type of cancer that my dad in fact had. He's since recovered. Anyway, guys, this is my third day of taking my dad, or maybe our fourth day together of going to the gym together. So yeah, my dad's in the up and up. Like, it's pretty wild. How did that happen? It wasn't me. It wasn't me alone. It was he hit rock bottom. How? Well, my mom is living a double life, and prior to this year, everyone just assumed she's just like this very pious Catholic, like good, like very sociable and friendly woman. And no, she's just living a complete double life. I'll explain more on this at some later point. And yeah, and this has nothing to do with me as a coach, or really has nothing to do with me as a person to John, because John was fully unaware of all these things. But anyway, so the idea of like making my life a living hell when like I in fact live on the floor in my parents' house for the last year. And by the way, I'm still dating. Like, that's not been an issue at all. But you know, John, like, you really don't understand, like, what sacrifice means. You don't understand what loyalty is. And I'm not really talking about to your, like, to other people, like sacrificing for other people or sacrificing or loyalty to other people. No. I'm saying to you, John, like, you don't understand, like, capital L sacrifice, like capital S sacrifice, capital L loyalty, capital S service. Like, you don't understand this shit, dude. Like, so, you know, I'm loyal to myself. I'm loyal to myself through my daily actions. And because I've habituated those over a long period of time, I'm now happily dissatisfied. So sacrifice to me feels good. I love sacrifice. And essentially what this becomes is a sense of service, like my own ability to serve others. And so now when I meet a girl, she's like, damn, dude, like, what is this guy about? Damn, bro, like, you're cool. Like, you're attractive. So anyway, this isn't meant to be, I didn't mean to turn this video into like me coaching you guys at large, or John in particular, who you all need it. If you're watching this, guys, like, stop, like, you know, and I don't mean stop the video necessarily. What I mean is get out of this corner, guys. Get out of this corner of the internet. It is only a detriment to you. It is only, I mean, look at what it's doing. Like, do you think that this is, like, pleasant for me to experience this? Now, sure, it's a massive gratitude test, you know, that I can still wake up and chuckle to myself that this is the mountain that I'm climbing. And it's not really that big of a deal, you know, and I take responsibility of these things. Like, I'm ashamed that I got involved with John in the first place. What a moron I was. Like, what a fucking idiot, you know? And show me a wise man, I'll show you the man who's made the most mistakes. And that's me. That's me, motherfuckers. And I'm proud of that, right? So you know, on this channel, like, we're not going to go through just drama. Like, I'm not going to be, like, pinpointing other coaches or, like, discussing what other people are up to. I also don't intend on showing infields. Like, I think that that's creepy and just cringy and I mean, come on, guys. Like, so I do, however, intend on motivating you guys to learn cold approach pickup. I believe that my experience learning cold approach pickup, mastering day game in particular, was essentially what gave me, like, my path to self-development, as sad as that is. And again, like, let's take a step back. I think waistline and wallet come first. And my wallet did not come first. I chased so much pleasure. I focused so much on women that, you know, I'm living in my parents' house, right? So, like, I have lessons to learn. And again, like, granted, I could move out of my parents' house and go live in, you know, Bethlehem proper, or in the township or something, or go move to a foreign city where I've been living for 7 years prior to this, which I prefer to live in abroad, by the way, those of you guys who don't know. But yeah, like, and right now I'm looking at moving into Austin or Houston. I'm considering Atlanta. I'm considering Fort Lauderdale, actually, in Vegas. Probably not Vegas. And I'm actually very likely to go to Costa Rica or Mexico City and live there. That's what my next, or perhaps even back to China, where I have a pretty cool job that I get to do. So I have a lot of different things that I've been involved in, right? But I chased pussy, and that got me involved in those good and healthy things. And that's not how it should be, guys. Like, that's why this corner is so cringy, because, like, we're all looking at it like, yeah, but by getting good at girls, I'm developing myself. But let's reverse that. Develop yourself and get good at girls. So, like, so anyway, I want to grow in all ways, right? Like, one of those stupid phrases. But, like, the other stupid phrase I love is, if it'll be, it's up to me. So if it'll be that you become this dating guru, or like this, like, you know, player, international player, or even just, like, you know, you find love in your own community, it will not be because of some transferred skill from a coach. It's not going to be a skill from a coach. It won't be. And you know, I go and give boot camps and immersions and teach, like, you know, body language, and teach text exchange, and teach you know, even so much as like you know, dancing, and even like sex. Like, these are things that we talk about and we will discuss in this channel too. But yeah, that's not it. That's not what girls love. That's not what girls are after. That's not what girls are attracted to. They're attracted to a sense of purpose. They're attracted to your you know, capitalizing of these words like loyalty, sacrifice, service, honesty, happiness. So anyway, I'm ranting all over the place, and this video is really just meant to sort of provide some context for what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, John's basically just like berating me. My father's fucking scared. Like, this dude's like an old man. He doesn't know shit about the internet. Like, he had cancer 6 years ago. He weighs like 140 fucking pounds. I'm trying to like carry him back up to life, you know? Like, his wife, just like 30 fucking years, he found out has been living like a double life, lying to him, which I was the one to determine. I was the one to find this out. So just think about all this shit. Like, holy fuck, you know, I'm living here. Like, I'm literally, like, for all intent and purpose, divorcing my mom for my dad. Like, but I'm doing it, you know, because of disability. I'm the executor, but that's not really the right word, but the executor to the divorce. Anyway, guys, like, the whole fucking thing here is just, you know, this doesn't matter to me. Like, this John thing doesn't matter to me. I'm not afraid he's gonna sue me. I'm not afraid he's gonna come here. But that my dad is afraid is so, it hurts me so much. And you know what? I see that as my karmic debt, right? So because, you know, a motherfucker, like, I'd rather be stabbed. I'd rather be the one stabbed than to stab some other guy. Like, I'm not gonna just try and bring another guy down, because I know the karmic debt that I pay when I hurt somebody, when I go out to hurt somebody. So, you know, and I appreciate, like, I learned a lot from a bunch of you guys who commented in the video and said things to the effect of, like, dude, like, that's not stoicism, or like, dude, like, watch your character, or like, bro, like, chill out. Like, yeah, like, you guys are right. Like, you know, I'm an intense dude, and like, I curse like a sailor, but like, fuck, like, I don't need to be letting you know, something else come into my day and just, like, it's like the monk, right? Like even a monk is going to become, you know, is going to have that window of which he'll regret, that window of regret, right? It's a window of regret, and that regret is the feeling that you get afterwards when something upsets you, when you break character. So, for example, like, the monk comes out to his favorite prayer spot that he's been praying in for four years straight, and he comes out, and the new monk is sitting in his favorite prayer spot. And in that moment, when he sees that difference, right? Like, is his character broken? And probably, I mean, I like to think that we all like to think that it isn't. I like to think that it is. I like to think that he's tested, that he looks at that as a test. And ideally, you know, in his mind, he's like chuckling at it, like, what a beautiful day this is. Like, thank you, you know? But it's all about, for him, like, closing that window. So when he sees the monk in his prayer spot that he feels is his and that he has no attachment to whatsoever, he then can, you know, take a deep breath and close that window before he has something to think about tomorrow, right? Because today I will, you know, concern myself with regret that I built yesterday. So that's sort of the way it is, right? And it's always the person that I hurt. And now, like, in my life, I've forgiven myself for so many things. Like, the women that I've hurt, chasing girls all over, like, dating girls and not really being in control of myself. You know, like, the love that I lost, and like, the hearts that I broke. And like, just the lies that I'd strewn in relationships for mostly no reason whatsoever, you know? And ultimately, I think that all of these things bring me to this point. And so and not really, I don't believe it's like in a fate or like a predetermined way or anything like this, but like, this is where I'm at. And I'm really happy where I'm at. I'm really happy. So yeah, I'm progressing every day. And if you're not progressing, like, you're fucked, you're dying. So, you know, guys like John, who are clearly in a world of a mess, I feel sorry for him. I don't want him to be hurting. I don't want anyone to be like that. So, John, like, dude, like, we can squash it, bro. If you, and no, I'm in no way afraid. If you want to come up here or like schedule something, like, you know, you want to do, just, you have my email, you keep sending me messages. So, but, dude, you shouldn't reach out to my dad. You shouldn't reach out to me about my dad. That's, like, very wrong. That's really wrong. He's scared, and he's calling the cops. He's filing a police report. So I don't know what's going to come of that. Probably nothing. I don't really have any drama to, you know, spark up there. And I'm going to just try and stay out of it. So yeah, dude, I guess in the next video ideally I'll go through, hopefully there's not another bombshell, but ideally in the next video I get to go through, like, piece by piece, like, whatever whatever it is that you said in your videos about me, and probably after I post this. Just so you guys can see, I'm not fucking with you guys. I mean, it doesn't tell you much, but like, check this out. That's where I'm staying right there. You can actually see my body where I lay down on the floor. Here, I got the camera on a tripod, but I'm just gonna bring it around anyway. Check this out. I got my clothes all over here because I travel a lot. Like, I wasn't intending on being here for very long, so I got all my clothes here. I always got my guitar, and I always carry books with me. I'm always reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Almost always. Sometimes I might skip a day and read something like Seneca or some other Stoic writer. I find they help me get through the day the most. And yeah, I mean, why am I showing you guys this? Like, let me put you down. Why am I showing you guys this? Well, because I want you to see, like, this shit's real. Like, I'm not gonna be just some, like, you know, like, glitz and glam. Like, this is not what this channel is gonna be about. Like, it's gonna be just me, like, shooting the shit with you, telling you what's real in my life, like how it worked for me, right? That's another thing, guys. Like, when you look at John's situation, like, you know, is this how did he get himself into this situation? And what of his lifestyle will work for you? And is the goal then to be like him? Because a lot of you guys are writing me saying like, oh, well, I don't like John Anthony. I just follow him because of the transferable skills. I keep getting that message. It's like, dude, what transferable skills? He teaches you to say you're a DJ, you know, to like Photoshop all your pictures like you're on the top of a mountain. Like, dude, like, aren't you spending money on this stuff? Like, I don't know. But anyway, this isn't really about John, and now I'm just sitting on my knees in my room with no bed. And by the way, like, I'm not poor. I chose to not have a bed. I'm choosing to not have a bed. It's been like 27 days or 30 days or something like that. Because my mother got kicked out of her bedroom and she has no place to go, so she's living in the other room, and I gave her my bed. So my bed is where my mother sleeps. Here, I'll show you guys. This is pretty intrusive, actually, but I don't give a fuck. John's doxing me, so what better am I gonna do? So here we go. I hope she's not in there. Here we are. My old bed, for those of you guys who remember. It's my mom's room, which I can prove by the fact that, well, I guess by the fact that she has on her desk like this watch, but I'm not going to show you that. Anyway, yeah, so this isn't like a Cribs episode. I'm not going to give you guys like the whole fucking tour here, but yeah, I want to give you guys some context as to who I am. I want you guys to understand, you know, that like, let me set this up. So anyway, yeah, guys, I just want you guys to like understand who I am. I want to give you some context as to like, because like I'm sure that the large majority of you guys are seeing these videos and then thinking things like, oh, here we go again. Like, this guy's just gonna like swoop in and like take up all this space and like this guy's gonna have programs and blah blah blah. And yeah, like I'm a coach, so yes, I do have programs, but everything works. Everything I do is free until a certain point. So, I mean, it's the opposite for John. It's the opposite for most people. It's like you got to pay for your entry, right? And I guess I should, you know, put some. I guess I need to prove it too by putting videos down on YouTube, so that way you guys can, you know, I can provide free content to you, and I will like direct things about like how to approach, like how to like what to say, that kind of shit. But yeah, ultimately, guys, like, my name's Ryan. My channel is this. If you guys have been asking about how to join the free group, I'm gonna make a Discord. I'm up to that right now. That'll be up soon. And yeah, right now I'm just merging all of these WhatsApp groups that I've had into one Discord server. And then once those guys are all set up and my people are taken care of, then I'm gonna open it up to anybody who wants to join. About boot camps, because a couple guys have asked, I'm going to be traveling this summer in May, June, and July. I'll be in the USA, and I will be in New York City for 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of May. The second 2 weeks of May, I will be in Houston, and then, yeah, and then June, I'm going to be in Atlanta, and LA and Vegas and and Savannah, Georgia, and then Vegas. And then I will be in Fort Lauderdale, and then I will be probably moving back to China. But yeah, this is an opportunity for you to like be coached by me. But one, if I'm going to your city, or if you have any interest in like meeting up or whatever, just as like a, just let me know, because yeah, that's what I think this is meant to be. I think this space on YouTube is all about community and just bring each other up. So yeah, guys, I'm just totally rambling and ranting. I'm going to cut the video now, but I want to thank you again, and emergency press conference is closed. So thanks.